Welcome to Real Talk with Saieed Ali. I am your host, Saeed. We do want to thank you for joining us tonight, viewers. Remember, we are the #1 current affairs program in Trinidad and Tobago. I want you to understand that. We bring to you the issues that are facing us. We give you in-depth insight of the issues that are facing us and show how to actually fix the problem. Now, viewers, this is a live calling program where we allow you, the citizens of Trinidad and Tobago and viewers of the Caribbean and around the world, to actually call in and voice your opinion, your concerns on issues that are facing us in Trinidad and Tobago. Why? Because this is our country. Our voices needed to be heard. Remember that, viewers. So as we start off our program tonight, we're going down to the port in Port of Spain. Port workers have been ordered back to work following an industrial court injunction. The move has been described as a victory for the nation economy by the Port Authority. The Port Authority say it's a victory. They said that. Now, before we go any further, I want all you, the citizens and the viewers of Real Talk, to understand this. The industrial court judge told the port workers to go back to work. It is an injunction that you cannot protest again. So what is that? Did the industrial court take away the rights of the port workers by ordering an injunction into not protesting? So what about our freedom of speech? What about the freedom to protest for our rights? They want to say industrial. So what about my rights as a citizen of Trinidad and Tobago? My industrial rights, where did they go? Under the carpet? So I want to ask the judge that. Did my industrial right or rights as an individual, as freedom of speech, freedom to protest, freedom to make my voice heard, did it go under the carpet? That's no question to the industrial court judge. Now hold on. The ruling came amidst escalating tension over a labor dispute between port workers and the Port Authority. Now, hear this. The Port Authority, I believe, together with the government, seized a negotiation with the port workers and them. The port workers found it fit through the union. You know what? We're going to down tool, we're going to strike, negotiation have stalled. Have stalled. Want to let you keep in mind, recently, Prime Minister, together with high office holders, they will be getting a salary increase. If the public don't stand up, they will get an increase. So now, hear this. The port workers down tools and stand up for their bargaining of the 12% to be laid on the table as soon as possible. You know what happened? The Port Authority went against that. The industrial court judge say, you know what? An injunction. No more protesting. So who are the port workers? Some dogs working? Are they dogs working? I want to ask the industrial judge that. I want to ask the Port Authority management that. Is dog working on the port? They have no rights. None at all, right? Okay, good. So I want the port management now. Hear what? They should start losing their positions. Let me make it sound more better. They should lose their position and how they end up in the port working like them dog and them. And see how they would feel. How would the management of the port get letters of termination and the only vacancy it have is to be a dog on the port? How that would look? No, I'm asking the Port Authority this. I'm asking them that. What about the industrial court judge now? So is it okay for those in high places to get a salary increase? A big salary increase. Good? Imagine the commissioner of police getting a salary increase and crime money rampant in Trinidad and Tobago. I wonder how does the judge feel? Does the judge feel safe in Trinidad? Does the judge feel safe? But the port workers, they must shut them out. Take whatever they get and go back to work. Correct? Is that the way? Is that how it functions in Trinidad? Is that how it functions in Trinidad? Or you hear anybody complaining about it? You all see any media report saying that they're supporting the port workers? You all seen any news or anything on TV saying that they're supporting the port workers? No, you know what they're doing? They're just reporting what happened. But who is actually standing for the port workers? Who? Tell me who. Is the industrial court and the port management, are they okay with ministers in high places getting a salary increase? I'm asking a question. The matter was heard before Industrial Court President Heather Seeley, Vice President Herbert, and Chairman of the Essential Service Division, Lawrence Achong, His Honor Morton Mitchell, and His Honor Vincent Cabrera. So I want to know now, if the port workers and them is some sideline workers, here what the port workers should do. You see, since the industrial court bring down the injunction that they can't protest, they have to go back to work, the union that supported the port workers should come together in agreement. Let me tell you something. They should come together in agreement and down tools. Down tools. Since the judge, industrial court judge, wants to send an injunction of no more protesting, they should stay home for 2 weeks. I'm telling you. Every single port worker should send in a vacation or a sick leave for 2 weeks. Every single one of them. And stop the whole country from production. Stop the whole country from production. I read in some papers today, or heard some news forecast or something, saying that the business sector in Trinidad and Tobago, they are happy. Really? When you can't get bloody forex to buy, come back to me direct. I want them to see me. When the business sector cannot get US currency to buy their goods, I want them to be happy. Or let's say something. Say something. Or let us be happy. No, or let's be like some ganda egg. Or let's sad. Fish out of water. How we paying rent? How we paying workers? How we getting goods? We can't access US. But the country now must come together and support the business people. What about the port workers who begging for that 12%? Who's supporting them? Nobody, ain't? No business community, ain't? This is why I say when I come here, people don't like Saieed. But the writing is the damn blasted writing. So the business sector now, they're happy that no protest, workers have to go back to work. What about when your workers strike on the business sector now? Let me talk about that now. All those businesses have in Trinidad. What about them workers complaining about this business sector? What are they doing? There's a saying that started almost from the beginning of time. Do so and like so. All they like how the port striking. But they're striking for their rights. For their rights they're striking for. Not yours, for them. But because you can't get your goods, you are happy. As a businessman, I am a businessman. So if you feel side, I know what you're talking about. Or side blaming the business sector. I am a businessman in Trinidad. And I am a big businessman in Trinidad. Not a little one. A big one. I'm the president of 2 credit unions in Trinidad and Tobago, and very soon a 3rd one. I'm on the board of directors for Real Talk Financing, where we lending loan to the public. So if you tell all yourself, I ain't no businessman and I ain't know what's going on, trust me, I am a businessman. And a big one in Trinidad and Tobago. It is take two hands to clap to make noise. When all the business sector, businessmen, suffering for US currency, who are they blaming? All come now, man, don't be biased, don't be one-sided. Don't be one-sided. And this is the thing I hate in Trinidad. This is the thing I hate. The business sector happy. The port, oh God, I'm going back to work, I'm going to get my goods. But when you can't get US currency to buy your goods, who you blaming? All that open all the mouth now. Crime is on the rampant. All the trend marked to be kidnapped. All the business players getting robbed daily. But all they say nothing. All the care. Why you blasting Minister of National Security? Why you don't blast the police station? All them out zip. This is why when I reach here from 7 to 8, people don't like side. You know why? The truth and the right thing coming out my mouth. I'm a businessman, you know. I know about it. I have container on the port too. I have container shipping too. So I know about it. Nobody like how the port authority, the port workers striking. Nobody like it. But when everybody facing problem for US currency, nobody can open them out. Nobody. No businessman, no matter how big or how small it is. Well, I ain't getting no US currency. And I know what we gonna do, you know. And that's all you're saying. That is all you're saying. It's sad and it stink. They say we fighting now against we own people in this country. We own. It's sad, ain't it? It's really, really sad. When a bandit run into a place and shoot it up, you can't say nothing. You can't say nothing. Before the business sector in Trinidad and Tobago come together and support the port workers, because them is the one who making sure your container clear. Them is the one who making sure you get your goods. But all they happy them are protesting again. But you ain't happy when you're getting problem for US currency. US currency. You can't go nowhere. You're humble with your tail between your legs and you're sitting in your office chair and tears coming out your eye. Oh God, I can't get US currency. How am I going to pay my bills? How am I going to pay my workers? But to support the port workers in Trinidad who seen about your container. Oh, we're glad all this stop. All your grandmother never teach all you about do so and like so. So I want to ask the judge. I want to ask the judge who brought on the injunction. If your son or your grandson was a port worker, what would I do? If your husband was a port worker and protested for your 12% increase, what would I do? What would I do? Did I stop him from protesting? Or you would I side with your husband who work in the port for donkey years? Would you support his rights? But let's support the Prime Minister who asking for an increase. Or let's support Christopher Ola who getting a big increase and not a leadway to fix crime. Correct? It's sad enough. It really friggin' sad. I come out for you tonight. Biasness could never done in Trinidad. One-side thinking could never done in Trinidad. And we can't fix it. You know why? You want to know why? Because we're fighting among ourselves right here in this country. Right here. It's sad to see how all are thinking. So my suggestion, even though I have container on the port, even though I have container coming, the port workers, every single one of them, Every single one of them, from the one who work in 20 years to the one who work in 2 days, sending a sick leave and stay home. I started saying that on national television. Salary Review Committee, okay. The high office holders, the guy increase. They okay that. They deserve that. But the poor workers, they deserve their money, and that's what they call stinkness. That's what they call we own people fighting against we own people. You know what's the sad part about this? You know what's the sad part about this? On a Sunday, everybody eating bus up shot. Everybody wants a curry chicken or a curry duck. Because the port authority, when they buy the duck, and the judge who buy the duck, and the port workers who buy the duck, let me tell you something, it's the same damn duck, a Moscow big duck or a local duck. There ain't no rich duck and no poor duck. The bus up shot they're coming from China or they're coming from India is the same blasted flour you're using right here in Trinidad. But we're so dotish and we're so highly educated and stupid. We're fighting among we own brother and sister here for betterment. It's sad, no wonder why we like this. Anybody speaking out? No. We're going down in a hole and we're going down in a hole and we're going deeper down in the hole. Call a good night.
Good night, Mr. Saeed. Great show, man. Great show. Mr. Saeed, you want to tell me, for the whole year of 2024, we're almost December month, and the whole year in 2023, it had no U.S. currency to give nobody. The talk from the Minister of Finance is that it had no U.S. to give nobody. Where that money come from all in a sudden just so? Where did that money come from all in a sudden just so? I have a name for that money, Mr. Saeed. The name of that money is Election U.S.
Thank you very much, my friend. That
money is election U.S. money. Right? And one more thing on the show, sir.
Tell me.
The $300 million that's missing from the Auditor General, it is alleged that that money bought Chin City Mall. Right? We want the country to know that. And the same people who knowing that their money by Chin City Mall is the people that are going to spend all the little money they have in Chin City Mall. First, we people in this country so stupid, Mr. Ali. You tell me if this is the right thing. Where that money come from? Last thing, sir. Once there is election holding in this country, sir, once PNM is a party, PNM will never lose election in this country. It is alleged that a reputable person in the government of this country is who running the election boundaries commission.
Thank you, my friend. Well said.
Once they favor the party can't lose the election. For example, that is what Mr. Maduro does in Venezuela. Thank you.
Thank you, my friend. So listen to what Rohan Sinaran have to say before we go for this break. You get it? Let's go for the break now.
Tired of wasting precious time at the bank applying for a loan, only to be denied? We understand your frustration. Here at Realtalk Group of Companies, we take a different approach. Contact Saeed, Managing Director of Realtalk Group of Companies and licensed moneylender at 238-6716, 242-7690 or 339-1670. Feel free to visit our office at number 14 Carney Savannah Road, Chaguanas, or number 132 Superior Road, Victoria Village, San Fernando.
When life throws you a curveball and you need a clear path forward, trust Realtalk Wrecking Service to get you back on track. Whether you're stuck on the roadside or dealing with an unexpected breakdown, our 24/7 wrecking service is just one call away. Fast response, reliable towing, and a team that's got your back. At Realtalk Wrecking Service, we don't just tow, we rescue. Real Talk Wrecking Service, your lifeline on the road to recovery.
At Real Talk Studios, we dedicate our time to highlight the blaring issues we face within our community. Catch us live every Wednesday between 7 to 8 p.m. Real Public Concern. Because your concerns are meant to be heard. Send your email to realpublicconcerns@gmail.com.
So Trinidad and Tobago, before we move to the next story, listen to what Rohan Sinanan had to say.
As I said, this is a victory for Trinidad and Tobago on the whole, which includes the workers at the port, because at the end of the day, it's the port that pays the salaries. And if you shut down the port, then how would salaries be paid? So let good sense prevail. This is nothing about we versus them or anything like that. This is about keeping Trinidad and Tobago's reputation, high.
Wrong words, Rohan Sinanan. Wrong statement. To the wrong people. That much I will tell you. All the time the port workers was working, negotiations cease. Halt. No talks. No talks. Hence the reason why I say wrong statement to the wrong people. You are okay, Mr. Rohan Sinanan, but the salary review committee deciding to raise all the pay. You okay with that? All well and good, you getting an increase. What about the port workers? What about the port workers? Is the port authority going against all the salary? No. They're not. How long workers working now? And they're asking, start back negotiation. We want what is due to us. But there's a problem. Shut down the damn port, man, I would say. Shut it down. Again, I would say, do so and like so. But if they had a protest, and if they had to shut down the port to get their increase, I will side with them. I'm a businessman in Trinidad and Tobago. I am a businessman. I import stuff also. Sad and one-sided in this country. It's sad. The Commissioner of Police entitled to get an increase according to the salary review committee. What type of performance? What type of performance? Let's talk now. Salary review. Watch me. The salary review people and them, when them driving down, Lord, carry me safe and bring me back home safe. I had to see my children. Don't let nobody rob me, because you know how the crime is in the country. And that is a prayer on a daily basis. But they want to give the commissioner an increase. But you're giving the commissioner an increase, but you're begging God to carry you home and bring you back safe. Keep your son and your daughter safe from bandits. But you're raising commissioner salary. Stupid set of people. I side saying it on national television. That's why they can't like me. For talking the truth, they can't like me. And I don't care if you like me or not, because you have fun in this program. Let's just start with. Call a good night.
Good night, Mr. Saieed. Great program. And I want to tell you, you're a blessed fella, you're a great soul. Don't stop talking. You're the only man in this country standing up for what is right and the right principles and encouraging the citizens of this country to do same. Because when you look, today 5 police officers was freed again. They have no case to answer, right, for extortion. So when you have 7 police officers recently freed, no case to answer, and you have 5 today freed, no case to answer, it is frightening, I don't want the citizens of this country know how frightening it is in this country, because their own colleague investigating them wrongdoings in the police service and leave it a window, as we will say, a loophole that their lawyers will challenge in court, and then you have the social welfare president who breaks in for them. He's hiring lawyers to fight the case. We at a very sad and dark period in this country. Citizens wake up, and you just use a very powerful word, We have to unite. And if we do not unite in this country, crapos more quick pipe, because when you look and see how the unions are operating, and you're quite right, the port workers, they are poor fellas struggling up. Why they must not fight for salary? Only the hierarchies in this country must get from the Salary Reviews Commission. That is wrong. That is injustice. That's a crime. Citizens, wake up, Wake up. We are at a very bad state in this country, and the opposition is saying nothing. And today, I will say the unions in this country is the biggest PNM party group, because they stand up for nothing that is right. Mr. Said, God bless you. You keep up this great work you are doing, man.
Thank you, my friend. So imagine this, There are police officers who hasn't received their back pay as yet. There are police officers who go out daily with a bulletproof vest need changing. There are police officers that who go out daily with a washout uniform and not even a good boots on their foot. They can't get the proper gear to go out. The fire service cannot get proper gears to go and out a fire, but the commissioner of police could get an increase. The government ministers could get an increase. Chief Justice could get an increase. Let's talk now. Let's talk now. People don't like to hear the truth. It's sad, but really, really sad. This is the state of our country. 1.4 people to manage, and those in authority cannot do a damn good job. Those in authority, they can't. Imagine the port in Trinidad. A port right here in Trinidad, they can't fix the problem with the workers. Why? Port authority too big. When cancer passing as a sickness, I wonder if them too big. When dengue passing as a virus, I wonder if the port workers too big. When COVID-19 hit Trinidad and Tobago, I wonder if port management was too big to get sick. Not too long ago, 41 ports in the US shut down their dung tool. I'm going to tell you something, in a matter of days, everything was fixed in the US. In a matter of days, everything was fixed. Negotiation going on for years, and they can't fix it. They can't fix it. Do you think it's good? Let me tell you something. We move down the damn ladder. We ain't escalate 1.4 people, We move down the ladder. Why? By those who feel they're too big, and they're too bright, and they have too much education, and a port worker, them is just a worker. I will tell you something. Port workers, some of them have degrees and masters, but because they can't get a job, and they get through with the port, they take it right. So don't be clung. Those of you in authority, don't feel don't get waxed. Don't get waxed. It's sad. I'm an accountant. 2 levels away from being a chemical engineer. It have any work for chemical engineer in Trinidad and Tobago? No, I can't get a job. If I depended on that, I'd starve and dead. I'm an accountant. Does it have work for accountant? You have to be sniffing like a dog to get a job as an accountant in Trinidad. If I was looking for one, I'd dead starving. I like to put people in their place who feel they're better than anybody. You know what's the sad part about it? They are black just like me in this country. Those in authority in Trinidad, they're black just like Saieed. They're black just like me. When dengue pass, they get the same dengue. When COVID pass, you get the same COVID. When red eye pass, you get the same red eye. But you know what? I's a big manager, man. I big up there. I watching down. When they get sick, where going? Where going? Not in a nursing home where everybody going. Not in a hospital like where everybody going. It's sad. All the brains operating like some fry egg. Sad. But nevertheless, persons of interest. Saieed Ali. We don't know if he dead or he living, you know. Or we put up the picture. And also, this car, Toyota Aqua, PED 9540. $10,000 is being offered for the individual and the car. To anybody in Trinidad and Tobago. To anybody. Whether the bandits looking, whether the police looking, whether the civilian looking, it's $10,000 cash all they getting in their hand if all could bring the car or the guy. Yep, 10,000, an easy 10,000. All you have to do is call me 3391670 or 2386716. That's all you have to do. And $10,000 is yours in your hand. It is nice and easy. Easy money. Easy money, easy money. Also, put back up the car. So look at the car, viewers. PED 9540. We're looking for this. 10,000 is being offered for this car for anybody that brings it in. I don't care who brings it in, really, you know. If the owner want to bring it in, somebody go bring it. Somebody. That is a reward I am offering. Also, we have this pretty face girl, Megan. And watch me now. Beauty does fool some people, you know. Beauty does feel like, some of them feel like they can't get put up, you know. Trust me. You know how much of them going off with beauty? But one thing I had to tell all you, beauty does fade. Beauty does fade. You see, that's how our fresh roses fade away. Just how beauty does fade. But you know what has remained? Come back to me. You know what has remained? A bad character and a stink name will always remain on a person. Will always remain. That don't fade at all, at all, at all. So Megan is owing Real Talk Financing. Many occasions she coming. I feel she coming from Japan. Is it that the plane delay or the ticket change or is bad weather? That is all I could see. But nevertheless, Megan, when you get tired of it and when you realize you ain't had no friends, you go come and pay Saieed the money. Also, Tyreek, when Tyreek get tired and he come out from hiding, or the person who have the car, now I want to let you keep in mind, this car is mortgaged to Real Talk. I want to let you understand that. So if all you buy this car, or all you have this car, let me tell you something. The safest thing for all you to do is to bring it here and all deal with Tyreek. Because I will tell you something. The kind of people going to be looking for it, all you don't want to get caught up in that scenario. Trust me, I know I'm telling all you. All you want to get caught up in that scenario of them taking the car. Contact me 3391670 and we'll go further from there. So viewers, Real Talk Equipments have some equipment for sale. Those of you in Trinidad interested, we have a beautiful 7-ton truck. This 7-ton truck is a wrecker. There's a sliding bed. Look at the condition of this truck. Look at the condition. Prestige condition. Real Talk Equipment have their vehicle in proper condition. There's also a crane on this truck that will make it easy for lifting heavy equipment or anything heavy that needs transporting. The crane is lifting it in a one. So this truck is a proper investment for who wants to go into the wrecking business or the transporting business. This is the perfect and ideal vehicle for this. So you can contact me at 2391670 or contact my office at 2386716. Also, we have an excellent 306E excavator. Take off the CG. Now this excavator, viewers, there is a grader, pause it right there. There's a grader to the front of this excavator. You see the blade just in front of the track? See if you can get next view. The blade, this is the perfect excavator for a contractor who is into construction. This is the perfect excavator. It's a 306E. It's one of the latest model. So pause it right there. You all can see the blade in front the wrecker, the excavator. The blade, it grades road. So while you're doing your construction in the house and you're digging whatever, you could grade your road, you could grade around the house. This is the perfect excavator for contractors or those of you starting a construction company. This is the perfect excavator for you. So, as we go back into our news, the majority of government ministers, opposition MPs remain tight-lipped on the Salary Review Commission recommendation for a proposed pay hike for top state officials, including Prime Minister Dr. Keith Rowley, the President Christine Kangaloo, and opposition leaders. Now, of the 14 government ministries and 12 opposition MPs who were asked if they thought it was the right time for public officers holders to get a pay hike, only a few MPs responded, while remaining 21 parliamentarians kept quiet on it. They kept quiet. What did they do for an increase? What did they do? So moving to Trade Department in Trinidad and Tobago. Trade and Investment Consultant to the Ministry of Trade and Industry, Mr. Obika. Tariq Obika. As you call him, Tariq. A very educated gentleman. I'm going to tell you something. Very, very educated. I had the opportunity of meeting with him, sitting down, talking business with him. I'm going to tell you something. Very, very nice and educated guy. Now, he is saying he does not support the floating of the TT dollar. Adding his voice to the argument, the economist and former bank and former UNC senator believes doing so would cause pain to fixed income earners, as it would result in higher inflation. Finance Minister Klungimble believes that the dollar should be maintained at the current exchange rate, which stands at $1 is $6.79. Obika, who joined the PNM last year, explained in a release, a free float for the TT dollar will be bad news for pensioners and for fixed income earners such as public servant and minimum wage worker. There will be problems, he is saying. Trinidad and Tobago, let me tell you something. Floating that dollar be going up in problem. I will tell you something, I'll tell you this. The Minister of Finance, together with the Prime Minister, they are saying that they are not going to float the dollar. They are not. But on the opposite side, the Prime Minister said he was not closing down Petrotrin, and we witnessed it close down. So my eyes right now is I'm waiting to see what after elections bring next year concerning floating of the dollar. That is what I am focusing on. After election, what is going to happen to the TT dollar? Moving along. The Prime Minister have stated that the government will not bow to special interest pressure to devalue the dollar. As I said, I'm waiting to see after the general election what will happen. Listen to this interview.
A reduction in the marketplace of the government's support for foreign exchange. Of this total, the government directly injects 2.5 billion per year. That's the system that we operate. With the remaining 4.5 billion acquired by the banks directly from the United States dollar earning clients. However, in 2024, there is clearly an increased demand for foreign exchange due to the growth in the economy and an increase over the years in the taste for foreign goods and for the use of online purchasing.
Growth in which economy? Growth in which economy? I'll tell you something. If there was a growth in the economy, common sense would teach us, and common sense would tell us we wouldn't be suffering for US currency. Don't let the maths not be mathsing. If there was a boom in the economy, Petrotrin would not be shut down. If there was a boom in the economy, businessmen in Trinidad and Tobago would not have to pay black market price, such as myself, for US currency. So don't get tied up, don't be fooled. I want you to understand that. Don't get tied up and don't be fooled. It is the Prime Minister's words against my word. Understand what I'm telling you. If there was a growth in the economy, we would have had increased input of US currency from other business outside injecting into Trinidad and Tobago. Is that the case? No, that is not the case. What is the case? We are suffering for US currency. That is the case, President. The PM said that the Finance Minister, Cloggenberg, was currently meeting with the stakeholders to determine the reason for the increase of foreign exchange demand with a view of arriving at... I'll listen to this and we go talk after.
The Minister of Finance is currently meeting with stakeholders to determine the reasons for the increase in demand with a view to arriving at a consensus on the management way forward, which may involve more regulation of the method and manner of distribution by the banks of the government's foreign exchange that is injected into the commercial banking system by the Central Bank of Trinidad and Tobago on a monthly basis. The Minister of Finance has already met with the 4 largest commercial banks to discuss this matter and will be meeting with business organizations over the next month.
Okay, let me talk about credit card purchase. Let's start there. Prices or demand for goods, it is too expensive. The price of a shirt, the price of a shoes, the price of a belt, the price of a suit, the price of socks in stores in Trinidad and Tobago, it is too expensive. And the citizens of Trinidad and Tobago are realizing when you go online, Amazon, eBay, other shopping sites, they realize that the cost of a shirt might be $3 US. Let's check the black market rate, $7 to 1. $3 US for a shirt. That's 21 TT dollars. And let's say you put a shipping and clearance charge to that for about $10 TT. So 7 3 is 21 TT by 10. So you get $31 for a shirt of quality landed at your doorstep for 31 TT dollars. And you're going in the store now to purchase that same shirt for 200 TT. Am I making sense? Oh, yes, I am. I travel often. Hence the reason why I could tell you that. I shop online. Hence the reason why I could tell you that. So when I heard the government talk about credit card, online purchase have skyrocketed, this is the reason. This is the reason why. So citizens of Trinidad and Tobago are finding it easier to shop online and get a product than buy it here in Trinidad and Tobago. Because you're saving 75%. That's the reason why. Now, let's talk about the shelf price in business places. Because of the fact that when I say the economy grow, listen to this. Because of the fact that the businessmen cannot get US currency to buy, and they have to pay between $8 and $10 for $1. Hence the reason why the prices have went up by public demand for items in Trinidad and Tobago. Hence the reason why. So the economy did not grow. The demand for US currency became higher. And businessmen now, they want to make sure if they normally buy 10 shirts, they're going to buy 20 shirts. You know why? They have no idea when they are going to get US currency again. So hence the demand going up for US currency. So we're Ember trying to spell out to the people, and what the Prime Minister is trying to spell out for the people, I'm going to tell you something. Watch them, listen to them, and don't let it enter into your brain, because them will never tell you the truth. They will never tell you the truth. You will quicker hear the truth from Saieed than hearing from their ministers. So if you didn't know why credit card purchases went up, the reason why, because it is cheaper to get something online than buy from a store down here in Trinidad. It is easier. So that is the escalating of credit cards. Hence the reason why banks are saying credit card purchase or online purchase has risen. That is the reason why. That is the reason why. So what Clongenberg talking about? Nonsense. Nonsense. So I want businessmen to understand now, the same Clongenberg who was your friend was the same Clongenberg who was squeezing the US and preventing you as business partner or as a business friend of Clong from getting it. Give yourself a clap and a pat on the shoulder. Give yourself a clap and a pat. Call a good night.
Yes, sir. Good night.
Go right ahead.
Saieed, you're making a real good point there. No lie. No lie. I want to stretch on it a little bit if I could, right?
Talk to me.
Right. Right. We're talking concerning the importation and thing, right?
Yes.
Now, the Prime Minister said that citizens have an appetite for foreign goods, right?
Mm-hmm.
That is correct. That is the accurate words, right?
Yes.
Let me tell you something, right? When the British was here, they leave us with cocoa, coffee, citrus, banana, sugar cane. Ask me, tell me if any of them industry functioning right now.
Nothing like that functioning.
Anything like that. Let me tell you something, right? The PNM come and they mash up everything. Every single thing they put their hand on, they destroy it. From the time Eric Williams come into office to now, Keith Rowley just put his final nail in the coffin with Petrochin. Right? They come and they destroy everything. So we have to import every single thing I call for you there. We need foreign exchange to import everything into this country.
Imagine we importing yam and cassava.
Yeah. Tell me if I'm wrong, you know.
You're correct.
Let me tell you something. When you see you go to bring in a container of sugar, which we could have been producing here, sugar, we used to be producing only the world's greatest sugar in Trinidad. Now we have to import that into the country, right? When you go to buy that from a local businessman, he charging you twice the amount of bag of sugar costing you, you know.
Mm-hmm.
When you bring in a container, it's half the price in the size. People don't understand that. Now everybody has to go now and fight up to get US currency to purchase this thing. And you see, nobody not coming out and calling to the Minister of Finance to resign. The man should have resigned. The man had the whole economy in a mess. And I want to ask you a question before I go, right?
Tell me.
Parian and Heritage Petroleum. Where the money going from those two entities?
Very good.
And I still state entities.
Correct.
Where the money going from that? That's why I want to know, because everybody is jumping out and saying this and saying that. But we still have two entities operating in the country. Who owning it? Where the money going?
Correct.
Nobody saying anything. Anyhow, sorry, you enjoy your night.
Thank you, my friend. Trinidad and Tobago, I want you to understand something. $3.4 billion is still missing. $3.4 billion is still missing. And we all saying, well done, Clongenberg, well done, Prime Minister. But $3.4 billion is still missing. Your tax money is still going missing. It is still missing. Finance Ministry cannot give an account for it. No documents for it. But it is missing. According to the Auditor General, who audits the Ministry of Finance, to bring clarity. A is A, B is B, C is C. Keep in mind, $3.4 billion still missing. Keep in mind, the Privy Council wants to know why Clongenberg is not being investigated. But I'll tell you something. When we have a commissioner of police, like Erla Haywood Christopher, who refused to go home past 60 and stay home, or take some of the police money that she worked for and go on vacation with your grandchildren or the husband. You want to stay and let the entire population of Trinidad and Tobago spoil your name. You was an admin with a good name, you know. You was an admin with a good name. But you want to become a public person who can't fix crime, and you want to have a perfect name. It doesn't work like that. It doesn't work like that. At all. So viewers, we are going for a short commercial break, but when we come back, we have one more story to run from you from the PM.
Tired of wasting precious time at the bank applying for a loan, only to be denied? We understand your frustration. Here at Real Talk Report Companies, we take a different approach. Contact Saieed, Managing Director of Real Talk Report Companies and licensed moneylender at 238-6716, 242-7690 or 339-1670. Feel free to visit our office at number 14 Carney Savannah Road, Chaguanas, or number 132 Superior Road, Victoria Village, San Fernando.
Become a member of Real Talk Credit Union, now located at number 14 Caroni Savannah Road, Chaguanas. Open a fixed deposit with Real Talk Investments and get 4% on interest with interest payment being paid up front. Get in contact with us at 238-6716, 231-6219 or 339-1670. Real Talk Credit Union Cooperative Society Limited. Plant a seed today for a better tomorrow.
Life throws you a curveball, and you need a clear path forward. Trust Real Talk Wrecking Service to get you back on track. Whether you're stuck on the roadside or dealing with an unexpected breakdown, our 24/7 wrecking service is just one call away. Fast response, reliable towing, and a team that's got your back. At Real Talk Wrecking Service, we don't just tow, we rescue. Real Talk Wrecking Service, your lifeline on the road to recovery.
At Real Talk Studios, we dedicate our time to highlight the blaring issues we face within our community. Catch us live every Wednesday between 7 to 8 p.m. Real Public Concern. Because your concerns are meant to be heard. Send your email to realpublicconcerns@gmail.com.
So Trinidad and Tobago, welcome back. The Prime Minister, he said the pressure on the government to devalue the currency is coming from persons who have foreign exchange and declares that the government will not bow to it. Now listen to this.
We have noticed a deliberate attempt in recent times to put pressure on the government to devalue the currency. Let me save them from wasting their time today. There will be no devaluation of the currency. Because, Madam Speaker, the pressure on the government to devalue the currency is coming from people who have foreign exchange largely, using their attempting.
So Trinidad and Tobago, the Prime Minister said it is coming from people who have large amount of currency. The only person that have large amount of currency is commercial banks in Trinidad and Tobago together with central bank. So if the Prime Minister could come out and clear his statement, it will be all well and fine. All well and fine. We go accept what he's saying. But until then, hello, no. So before we close off tonight, viewers, persons of interest. A quick run, persons of interest. Saieed Ali. Saieed Ali, together with this vehicle. Together with this vehicle, viewers, we at Real Talk will find $10,000 to anybody who can bring in these two persons, the person or the car. $10,000. Keep in mind that anybody purchase that car, that it is mortgaged to Real Talk. So if we hunting crew finds it with anybody, trust me, you're getting pulled. You're getting taken because this is mortgage to Real Talk Finance. There's legit documents signed, word for word. Not to be sold or transfer because it's illegal. Also, this pretty girl here. I call her pretty girl now. When you get tired of side putting up your picture, you know what Real Talk building is? Right where you come and collect your cash, you'll come and give them what is them. Or what belongs to them. Don't feel your away. I will run this picture until all your friends leave here. Trust me. So, while saying that, viewers, Real Talk equipment, we have some vehicles, heavy equipment for sale. We have a beautiful 7-ton truck, prestige condition. You're doing 2 jobs in one, transporting of heavy, whatever the case may be, heavy items. And they could also do wrecking work with this wrecker because the tray that you are looking at, it slides just like a wrecker. Look how beautiful this piece of equipment is. It's a money-making machine for those who have it. Also, we have this 306E. E is one of the latest model in excavator. We have this for sale. This also have the piece of equipment attached to the front of it to grade road, viewers. Not much 306, 303 or 305 comes with it. That's the reason why it is a little expensive. But nevertheless, you can contact me, viewers, at 339-1670 for these 2 pieces of equipment. Also, we're going to put up the numbers for the credit union. For those of you who wishing to meet me or come into our credit union, our contact numbers for our office, numbers on screen, viewers. So it is time now, viewers, that time where we have to say good night. But tomorrow from 11 to 12:30 there's a rerun and we'll be right back here for our next live Real Talk with Saieed. Until then, be safe.